Welcome to Sober Shenanigans. Real talk and real recovery, sharing stories, old and new, trying to stay on the right path and help others just like you. So feel our flow and get on with the show. Here's your hosts, Stauff and Primo.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Give me 1 second.
No problem. Just so you know, we're not live at the moment.
All right, I'm here. What's up, Chris?
Nothing, buddy. Nothing. We're not live. I figured, why don't me and Greg have a chat before we go live? We got about 10 minutes. We got like 10 minutes, and so we're sitting here trying to figure out what the hell we're going to talk about. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot it was 6 o'clock Eastern. So that's cool. I'm in the car, but I'll be home at 5:08.
All right. Maybe I'll have you call in. We'll just be rapping, doing our thing. You get situated, get comfortable, and then so you'd be home in like 10 or 15 minutes. You say?
I'll be home at 6:08 your time.
Yeah. So you're like 20 minutes from being home or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Or less, or give or take minutes, whatever it is. So, yeah, we're just getting ready to start the show. We've done a couple of. This is like our third live, and
okay.
So we don't really know. It's like spin the wheel, or spin the. We're gonna play spin the bottle. Me and Greg with our guests. So we don't know what's gonna happen, but we're
I'm
your game.
I'm here for it, man. I'm an off the cuff guy. I'm an off the cuff kind of guy.
Cool. So, Greg, I got Zach from SoBrew on the line. I just wanted to introduce you guys. He's got to put his cans on. I like to say the word cans, by the way.
Sweet. I love the name SoBrew.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. Man, we like Sober Shenanigans too.
Awesome, man.
Y'all have a good time. We're down with that. That's what we're trying to do. Have a good time and help some people.
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's a great idea. I love the name. Of course, every AA meeting in the world has coffee in it. So I think it's a beautiful idea.
Did you get a chance to try the coffee?
Not yet. I smelled it. I got my own. I don't have the. Primo was going to bring some in tonight, but he forgot. No, we haven't had a chance to yet.
Well, that's half true. I, on the other hand, have been freebasing it and sniffing it. I'm all in on it, man. I'm having a blast with this coffee. I've got a push button cappuccino machine at the house. So
nice.
Nice.
The aroma's really good. Did you find out what the exact bean was?
Yeah, it's an Arabica.
Okay, so that's the top shelf, baby.
That's the top shelf, man. This is some specialty good shit.
Yeah, and it almost looks like a little pea berry. They're not overly roasted. They're not like Charbucks where they fucking burn the crap out of it. And so that they you know what they do? They burn the beans. And
because they're shitty beans, and if you burn them up, you can't tell they're bad.
Well, no. Also, the other reason is because of volume. So when you roast them fast, we're not live, by the way.
I know, but if you do it in this particular format, the camera won't hear him.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
unless his volume has to be played into one of these, so it has to come out of either your computer.
What if I connect that to the Bluetooth too? I think that
it might work. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think it will.
But the way it is now, you and I can hear him through the Roadcaster, but they can't hear what's coming through the Roadcaster.
Oh, well. So you know what, Zach? I'm going to do something
You
here.
put Zach on speaker on your phone instead of through the cans, and then your clip will pick it up.
All right.
That's what we did the last couple of shows.
Well, I'm just going to try to put the iPad through Bluetooth because it'll connect to the Roadcaster. Can you keep speaking, Zach?
Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, see?
Testing.
Yeah. So
this goes to the video. This goes to the Roadcaster.
Right. So I think I need to put that have that be the source where the phone comes through.
Or just hold the phone here, speaker, so he can come in here.
Yeah, testing.
Yeah, let me hook up the iPad and see if I can get that.
Whatever you think.
Yeah.
But
All right.
I know that.
Hold
Hold on, Zach. I mean, it sounded great to us, but the actual iPad that captures the video is Bluetoothed to our clip mics on our collars. But what we're listening to right now is going through the microphones through the Rodecaster. So we would be able to hear you, but the people watching wouldn't be able to hear you unless it was.
All right.
Yeah, I generally think I know what you're saying. My head's kind of spinning a little bit, but the gist is, I get the gist. What about calling in on Zoom, a Zoom call? Is that it?
Oh.
Is that something that works better?
No, I think that's working. I think if you do that, Chris, Primo, if you just have him on speaker like that and next to the clip, you can hear him just fine.
No, it's.
All right. He's trying to be the engineer deluxe.
Well, no, I mean, it's just it connects through that. So now we're connected. Can you?
I worry on speakerphone if the mic's gonna be able to pick me up clearly. I'll have the YouTube open watching while I'm talking into it if it's not too annoying.
Well, it's going to be on Facebook, the live.
Or on Facebook. I'm sorry.
So,
Well, like last week when Tyler called and you had it here, you had it. You were doing just like you're doing now. You were doing this, and you could hear it here, so you could hear it there. I say if you just do it like this with him on speaker, you're good. Just keep it here.
all right. Well, I'd like to not have to do this. You know what I mean?
I know, but
All right, man. We're gonna prep for the live, and we'll just swing it. And if we have technical difficulty, I'll put you on the speaker next to my little thing here, and we'll work it out that way.
well, him
All right,
on.
cool. So we'll just run with whatever. We can talk about whatever, right? Recovery, all of it.
Yeah. I want to get some background on you and talk about you and your company, and I don't want to find out about what your drug of choice is, and we'll just figure it out. We'll just talk. We're just going to be a couple guys talking. So I'm gonna hit
All right, sweet, yeah.
I'm gonna hit the live button here, and then and probably break my leg on the way back. So
Okay, I'll call you all in about 10 minutes.
perfect.
All right, see you.
Perfect. Thanks, Zach. I mean, that's how you did it last week. You just held it here, and it.
I know, but I'd like
Yeah.
for it to not do that. I'd like for it to be. So this is the part about Podfest that I'm really gonna love. Is that I'm gonna figure out how to fucking solve some of these problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think my fucking.
there we go.
I think my fucking tooth opening just opened.
What? What did we come up with as a topic?
We didn't. I can't believe this. It better not have opened up. It's only been 24 hours. I've been too hard on it.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I don't know what I don't know. I can't. I don't know what topic.
We're just gonna go welcome. We're gonna just start talking about our day, and we'll talk about what's going on with you. As far as your tooth goes, we'll get a call in. We'll start looking at the people checking in, and we'll let it develop. And first of all, we gotta get rid of this shit in the background. Unless you want to put,
No.
you don't want to fuck with your phone. You need your phone.
Oh.
So, you know what, Greg? We can talk about Sober Shenanigans, what we plan on doing. You know, we're going to go back to our other format.
I was just about to put it up there, but okay.
If you want to put it up there, then you need to be ready to do it. I'm just going to hit the button and go, baby. All right?
Sure.
Did you put it up?
I'm trying.
Oh,
It won't mirror for some reason right now.
try it. Are you connected to the internet? You have to be connected to the same internet as we have here.
What is it?
I don't know. Are you connected to the internet? Do you know if you're connected to the internet?
Frontier.
Let me see your phone.
Got it. It's connecting now.
Okay.
Okay. Is it a Samsung 5 series or is it Office TV?
Samsung 5.
It's trying. Just whirling.
So that would be a no.
Unable to connect. Try again.
No, I got it.
You got it?
Something else. Well, I'm just going to put I'm going to go to our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Why don't you go over to that button over there?
Oh, now you got my phone on.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, buddy. There you go. Hey, you, man. 1, 2, 3, we're live.
Here we go. Welcome to Sober Shenanigans. Shenana live again. Not live at 5. It's Tricks at 6. Primo and Stauff in the mix. Sober Shenanigans. Hope everybody's ready to join us tonight. I'm playing under the weather. I'm on injured reserve, but I'm still here. I got a little tooth situation going on. But I'm going to work around it because I'm a gamer. That's what we do. We game. I got my main man Primo with me. We're just two average, everyday alcoholics. Nothing too special about us. Just trying every day to be better than the last. Ready to join us tonight?
Sweet.
Now we got Primo on the phone. We're going to have our first sponsor call in tonight, which is kind of exciting. Primo, what do you think about that?
Dude, it's going to be great. We got Zach calling from SoBrew.
SoBrew.
With his Fourth Dimension blend. You know, we were actually reading about the Fourth Dimension this evening, weren't we?
We were.
Yeah, we're a little, we're excited about this Fourth Dimension.
Yeah.
I was trying to get into the Fourth Dimension back when I was out using and cruising. And here I am, I had to get sober and find God to get into the Fourth Dimension. You know, it's kind of crazy. I'm loving it, though.
It's good stuff, man. We did do some reading and we did a little step work before, trying to get our heads right, trying to be as sober and with it as we could be. It is really cool that we do have people reaching out to us now about possibly sponsoring the show. We're now in 20 countries. We are now at over 12,000 followers. We are now at, what was the 257,000?
So there's one post that we put out there that had 286,000 views or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
I know. A lot of voyeurs in the world.
I mean, just trying to bring a little joy out there, trying to bring a little sobriety, trying to say we're not a glum lot, trying to have fun and enjoy our freedom, which is what being sober gives us.
I know, and I'm a little concerned. So this show that we're doing now, I mean, is like it's live. It's going to be out in the atmosphere. We're exposing ourselves. We're lifting up I'm lifting up my skirt a little bit, and revealing our true selves, and it's a little uncomfortable to go live and to only have one person right now that's actually joining us.
At least there's one. That's great.
A party of one.
People are watching at other times, but as of right now,
that's how I make my reservations back in the day.
Party of one?
Yeah, party of one.
Well, because we burned so many bridges, it was just us and us alone.
Right. So we will be repurposing the content. We will going back out through We're gonna, publish this through Podbean, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you listen to your podcast. We're also going to be putting that information back out to there, and then the video will be going into YouTube. Now, being the genius that I am, I have been trying to rig how to get all these things to go to these places.
Yeah.
And I'm learning. I'm wanting to get all of this super tight, and so that we're like a professional operation. But I like the fact that we're just a couple of garden variety drunks. Because of you, I'm doing this.
And we ought not be too organized.
Yeah, we ought never be organized. But I'm doing this because of you. And so you're in here with your pulled tooth, and I don't want to hear any whining about that shit. And but I interestingly enough, this week, I've been able to watch you overcome a lot of challenges in your life too, which has been awesome to see. Which is what we're here for each other. You guys out there, get yourself a squad, get some boys, get some girls. Make sure that you support each other no matter what, and you see it through, and you make sure that these people get to the other side. And you, my friend, are just growing in leaps and bounds right now.
Yeah, just because we quit drinking and quit partying doesn't mean there aren't challenges. There are.
That's for sure.
But the good thing is drinking would never help. My son said something real cool to me the other day. He said, Dad, he goes, we're going through a few things right now, but it's really cool to see that you haven't started drinking over it again. And I just said point blank, that wouldn't help anything. I mean, it helps nothing.
No.
Why would I cloud my judgment or cloud the way I'm looking at things if they're challenging? That's when you want to be the most clear. That's when you want to have all your wits and senses about you so that you can make sure you're making the right steps next. It's all about doing the right thing next.
What is the next right thing to do is the question. Typically it's not my first thought. Whatever that first thought is, I'm not going to go that direction. I'm going to chill out for a minute, maybe pause, and take a moment to feel it, to think it through.
Right.
Usually whatever my first instinct is not very good.
First thought wrong.
First thought is wrong, really wrong.
Yeah.
But to get the support of your children too, that's a great way to gauge a lot of things in my life is how are the other people responding to me and my stuff. And so, my son has never seen me drink, but, whatever it was, he was always had my back. You know what I mean? And even though in my mind I feel like people they don't love me, they don't appreciate me, or that because I feel so horribly about myself that I can get so far down on myself that I don't even recognize it. And when I hear something like that, it's so important, to just change my outlook.
Yeah.
No matter what, because I can take a situation and make it 100 times worse than it really is. And then it just takes a little something. And conversely, somebody can say one little thing about me negatively, and that's all I think about too.
Right.
So it's a brilliant. I think it's awesome timing that your son got to say that to you. Really,
it's been awesome timing that he's home. My son was in Chicago. He's an actor. He was up at Second City for a couple of years, and he came home, and it's been great having him around. Our kids leave the nest. Sometimes they come back, and this isn't. I don't have that old school thinking. If they come back, I'm going to give them a place to be. There must be a reason. They must be looking for something. So as a parent, I got to be there for them. So I'm trying to be there for him, and he is certainly being there for me. My wife and I just love having him around after him not being around for a few years. So if you have a kid that comes back to the nest, take care of them. They obviously need to grow a little more, and they need some help. So let them do it at your place.
I'm ready to have more kids. I'll be honest with you. I saw Cap and his daughter the other day, and I was like, God, I just loved being a father.
Yeah, it's great.
And it really is the greatest gift. When my kid was born, first of all, I was scared to death that he was going to die or choke or electrocute or, you buy all that safety stuff, and it's like, okay, I have to rig this and that, and then I used to literally go in the middle. I was petrified of this kid, like something evil was going to happen to him, and I would go in and make sure he was breathing. I would go in the crib and make sure that he wasn't. The crib was obviously going to kill him because there's crib death and just everything.
The worst name ever for anything.
Oh, it's so horrible. Yeah, and then I was just scared the hell out of me, and then and I didn't know if I was going to be able to take care of him, and just all this stuff that we can come up with. And then in about 2 weeks after he was born, I was like, there's no way I can live one day without this kid in my life.
Right.
Like, this is now the new most important thing that I got going on. Everything else is passe. And now I'm like, this dad thing's exactly what I've been needing.
Yeah.
And I just, want, I loved it. It was a really unique experience. And I never thought I would be good enough to be a father. That's crazy. But
That's how we think. I mean, when you have one, I have friends that get ready to have kids, and I always tell them that it's not something you can be ready for. Every situation is different, but There's been a billion other people who've had kids who are dumber than you who've done just fine.
Yes.
So you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
This, too, is going to be fine. I was thinking, Pri, it's not like we make it easy for our fans to find us, right? This is our third live broadcast. Yep. It's at a second day at a different time.
It is. Well, I mean, we're because we're
we had Wednesday at 6, Wednesday at 5, Thursday at 6. Whoa.
Yeah. So the reality is that we're gonna get to a routine here, and because I think we love what we are doing.
Yeah.
And I think we can formulate a sentence together.
Yeah.
I didn't think we could do it, but we figured it out. But once you get a little bit more structured in your get up. Hey, we got Zach calling in. Now, this is interesting. Let's take his call.
Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you? Are you on the Facebook?
Well, I'm gonna log on to the Facebook now. I just don't want to hear any if you're talking to me and then I'm also hearing it out of my computer speakers. I feel like that might trip me up.
It might.
Yes. There'll be feedback and there'll be delay. Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna go all phone call.
You sound great.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then there you have it, folks. Zach is not going to risk it. He's not going to risk the chance of our mediocre show going down a notch. So, yeah, don't worry. You're only we're our fans are our celebrity is not at its peak at the moment. We finished season 1 and we were rocking and rolling, and now we're like in a lull. But we've definitely outpaced almost all podcasts at this point. And I mean, not all, but I mean a lot of young upstart podcasts, we've outpaced them, and this live is just another direction. But we want to get back to our roots, which is in studio guests or Zoom call guests, where we can have these intimate conversations about and have a little more structure surrounding it. The live is just I don't know, what do you call it? Impromptu?
Yeah, it's just something that we're trying.
Improv.
Right.
Yeah. Why don't you introduce Zach and who he is and his being a sponsor and such?
Zach, talk to me about, well, first of all, you're Zach Fine. I don't know. Well, you know what? Zach F.
Zach Feinstein. Don't out my anonymity here, okay? I am an alcoholic, and I think we met because I have a Facebook group also called Sober Coffee Enthusiasts. I saw you guys post in there.
Yep.
I watched a little bit of your stuff. I liked kind of the vibe, and actually one of the ideas we had early on for getting our name out there was going to be to kind of have an everyday podcast where we talk to alcoholics, just like we do in the meetings, because it's such a cool experience.
Yep.
And you want to find a way to bottle that and take it to the world in a format like this. So when I saw that you guys were doing it, I was like, okay, hell yeah, I love that.
Thank you. That's the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah. Imitation.
Yeah.
So Zach, tell us about your product.
Yeah, so me and my partner Yancey, we wanted to start a company that had to do something with recovery. We wanted to find a way to give back while also making a living. And, after some deliberation, we landed on coffee because, coffee is kind of a cornerstone of recovery. I know it is for me. I know it is, served in every meeting. I don't even really need to explain it. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you can drink AA coffee, you can basically do anything at that point.
You can do anything,
Yeah.
if you're drinking that bitter sludge, and it's tasting good, and it does taste good, and it's, and so we wanted to bring a product to market that was a little bit more specialty coffee. Once we got into once we got into the coffee world, we were kind of we're a little blown back, oh man, there's so many options. You got all different kind of beans, all different kind of roasts, different roast temperatures. So we basically had we have, how is it in Tampa Bay? I know we have a pretty strong recovery community here actually in Memphis. What's y'all's like?
Well, I mean, you don't want to compete with us if that's where you're going.
Like 300 meetings a day, and
we're badass down here, baby.
I love it.
Lots of drunks.
Yeah, we are a hardcore. A lot of transient people, but Tampa. We had a lot of famous. I mean, I would say real big social speakers across. We had a guy named Sandy Beach who was a rock star in his own right.
Hey, you know what? Sandy Beach, he spoke in Memphis. I've listened to some of his tapes before.
Yeah. He was at my home group, and he sponsored a few of my real good buddies, and he was the pride of Tampa AA, that's for sure. He would be on the Mount Rushmore of AA after Dr. Bob and Bill W. I'm sure he would be one of the four guys up there,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's definitely a household name here in AA.
That's a great name, Sandy Beach.
I know it is. I was
Yeah.
is that real or is this some alias?
Speaking of a great name, Zach, what's the name of your coffee?
SoBrew.
SoBrew.
I know, and Stauff, I know you're singing our praises and love the name. We're pretty proud of the name, too. I thought it was pretty clever when I came up with it.
I love it, man. Ever since Primo told me about it, I said, what a great name. I mean, I love the excellent marketing and stuff that sticks with you. And SoBrew says everything you need to know right there, right? Sober, brew, but you go way above and beyond that. You've got top shelf beans. I know you were explaining it to us earlier. Maybe give a little taste to the people at home about what kind of bean it is and how you process it and stuff.
Yeah, so it's a light roast, medium roast out of Mexico. And we actually have a local roaster here that makes it for us. So part of the process was, and I was going to say about having a strong community around AA. So when we told people in our AA community that we were doing this, they were instantly like, okay, well, we want to try it. So we were going back and forth with our roaster, trying to find basically the right temperature, the right bean. And me and Yancy were about to tear our heads off, and we're like, all right, well, why don't we just let everybody else decide since we're fighting and can't figure it out? And so we had a group of about 20 guys come over, and what we did was just do a blind tasting with about 4 or 5 different variants of coffee. And there was one coffee that was miles ahead of the rest on the scorecard, and it was the one we chose. So it was really an easy decision once we brought everybody into the fold.
That's called a cupping, Greg.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. A blind taste like that, it's called a... It's,
you know more than me. That's what we did. We had a cupping.
Yeah, well, I was in the business, man. I was in the business. I opened a couple of private boutique roaster, mom and pop roasters in Tampa, and the guy used to import beans from all over the world. And and then I went through coffee sales training. I used to sell coffee and place equipment for people that would buy the coffee from me. And so it was just one of the many talented things I got to do once I got sober. I got
food
to sell.
And beverage. You were all over it.
I loved it, man. Coffee was very interesting to me because what's cool about the coffee world, and as far as it's almost like like a wine or a booze, where it's that diversified around the world, but everyone drinks it, and it's obviously a stimulant because it has caffeine. But it's the one thing that a lot of different places of the world, they do it, they brew it differently, they roast it differently, they harvest it. Like you can't put, who was it? The guy, the donkey guy.
Mario?
No, the coffee. Anyway, there's a lot
Juan Valdez.
Yes, Juan Valdez. So if you see his donkey on the, there has to be like, it has to be over 5,000 feet up in the air for it to get his logo on the brand of coffee or some crazy shit. There's all kinds of rules. Yeah. You heard about that?
No, I haven't heard about that. You're schooling me on all this. I'll tell you that, though, one of the most interesting things I found, with our coffee or just coffee in general is, you can make this coffee, especially ours, because it has a lot of different flavor notes to it. You can make it taste kind of 6 different ways depending on which size grind you use, what the temperature of the water is you're pouring over it. I mean, this stuff, it's chemistry for sure.
So, it's called an extraction. When you use a different pressure for an espresso, for a different grind, and then you're extracting the flavor, there's a whole science behind it, whether you're slow dripping it. I think a French press is actually the best cup of coffee. So where you just pour the grinds into a jar and then you pour the hot water over it and then you let it kind of steep in itself for a few minutes and then you press it and then you drink it strained through there. It's fantastic. So
you're so versatile, Primo.
Well, no, coffee's an art, man. It's a fucking huge art, and I have to tell you, I'm pretty fussy, and I'm not easily swayed. But your coffee is good, man. So I'm gonna give you the 2 thumbs up on it. The Fourth Dimension is a really nice, smooth. It's not acidic at all, and it gives you a little kick. I might do a little extra shot. My little machine at home, I can hit an espresso shot, so I can do a coffee, and then I can zap a little extra espresso in there, and then I'm all zipped up for the day.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a light roast. It's got a little pep in its step,
Nice.
It does. I mean, I feel ready to attack the day after having it, and the flavor's good. Let me go ahead and let me lay out the flavors to everybody listening. Notes of dark chocolate and toasted hazelnut give way to a gentle brightness of dried fruit, offering both depth and lift in every sip. The finish is smooth and clean, leaving a warm, satisfying sweetness that invites you back for another cup. So that's what you get with our coffee.
Wow. You know what I'm thinking? Sounds expensive. What's the market price on that?
So we're selling it for $20 a bag. A 12-ounce bag is $20.
Sweet.
That's not too expensive.
No.
And you can get it at SoBrew.com.
Nice. So talk to us about you, Zach. I mean, your coffee's great. We got that. Let's talk about what's going on with you. We got to put a show together here. So what's going on in your life right now? What are you challenged?
How long
with?
have you been sober?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started my recovery journey in 2022, but my sobriety date is March 3rd, 2025, and I had a relapse after a little over 2.5 years in the program. And I would like to talk about that a little bit. It wasn't a traditional relapse, but just, it's easy to kick your feet up in this thing, as life starts to come together. And as my friends were reminding me, my grocery basket was getting full. But I'm a heroin addict, man. I'm a fentanyl, heroin, ice cream, coffee addict.
Wow. Sometimes
exercise. Right now I'm not an exercise addict, but I can get that way too. But yeah, man, my addiction started pretty early.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I would say right at 20 years old, I was buying Xanax by the thousands off of the dark web. selling them, eating them by the handful, and really in high school just drinking my ass off, but not doing any drugs. But when I got a hold of drugs, man, it really just accelerated things, and spent about from 20 to 28 just on all sorts of stuff. And once I got into heroin and fentanyl, it was pretty much the fast track to like homelessness. I was living with my parents, but they kicked me out. I spent the last 6 months before I went to treatment for the last time in a budget hotel off of Airways in Memphis. And if you know anything about Memphis, Airways Boulevard is not where you want to be staying. With my dealer bringing me dope, so
that's there's one in every town, just so you know.
Yeah, exactly. But Alcoholics Anonymous saved my life.
Sweet.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a beautiful program. I'm involved pretty much as I have a service commitment in my home group. I'm the treatment center chair for all of Memphis, which we coordinate getting AA groups to go and speak at treatment centers. So I try to stay active, I really do. And I love the life it's given me.
So you've got this drug and addiction, and you're hanging in the the 12 steps are transferable, man, but the fentanyl, so there's so many things. I've been sober a while, so there's a lot of things I've never had to experience, and the fentanyl, thank God, was not on the scene when I was gunning and running.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I can't imagine. There's so many new things, and I'm so glad I don't have any FOMO.
Yeah.
With all the,
it happens in an insidious way. I mean, of course, you don't wake up and say you're even going to do heroin, but
right.
I remember when I was living. So my first attempt at recovery, which was just trying to the geographical cure, right? I moved out to Orange County, California to go to rehab. And at that point I was willing to say, hey, the drugs, I get it. They're bad for me, but I don't know why I can't still drink,
Sure.
And so that was kind of where I kind of started to understand that, oh man, I'm going to drink alcohol. I'm going to do everything, like an addict. And so I got real deep into drinking. Had this great job, right? I had this good job in Irvine, California. I was doing merchant services and software sales, pretty much destined to make a lot of money. And my sales manager at the time, Shirag, he's passed away now. He was just a few years older than me. He could drink like a fish. And so we kind of took a liking to each other because I like to drink. And I remember we'd go to his house. We'd just be pulling vodka, staying up all night, maybe doing a little ecstasy, but really just drinking mostly. And we had a Christmas party. Well, first off, the first strike at the company was, maybe even the first and second, was we had a few alcoholics in the sales world. It's full of them. I'm sure you know. I mean, it's pretty common. So I had this guy, Bryce, who was going to take me out on a sales call. So we went out to Chapman University, which is in Orange, and we had this sales call. And on the way there, he was like, you want to get a few drinks? And I was like, yeah, sounds good. So we go stop in this bar, and we drink, way too many, like 3 or 4, 5, 6 of these tall beers. And we go and try to have this sales meeting and pitch this guy. It was a layup deal. The boss of the company was like, here, show him, go take this deal. It's a layup. You're definitely going to get it. Well, we show up to this thing drunk, and the guy's like, well, do y'all have alcohol in your breath? And I was like, and Bryce was like, and he was like, y'all just need to go home. So we didn't get this deal, which is automatically going to raise some red flags. But on the way back, we were already pretty drunk. So you want to go to the strip club? And
hell yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
Strip club. It's noon in Anaheim. It's noon on a Wednesday. So we go to the strip club, getting dances, whatever. Bryce is paying for drinks, and he's kind of like a big shot at the company. So he's buying me dances and all that. So we go back to the office at 2:00, and they're like, "Did you get the deal?" And we're toasted, and we're like, "No, we didn't get the deal." And I'm sitting at my desk. I got my manager walks by, and he said, "Are you doing all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Just trying to like stay busy." Look down. He's like, why do you have lipstick on your collar? And I looked on my collar and I had like a perfect kiss mark from the stripper at the strip club on my collar. And I mean, that was it, the final straw. They were already suspicious. So,
dude, she marked your ass. She put the mark on you, bro. I know how they do that shit too.
She put it on me.
Yeah.
And so I got fired from that job after going to the Christmas party and cussing out my boss. Don't even remember it, just blacked out. And but I was gonna say, to get into the fentanyl part. So after that, I started buying these pills, and I thought they were just oxy 30 milligram pills, and turns out they were fentanyl. And once you kind of get hooked on that, your tolerance gets so high that you really, if you don't want to get sick, you just got to stay at it. So that's kind of how it happened for me.
Jeez.
Fentanyl thing.
A message for any of you strippers out there: don't do this to your clients, because they will stop making money and they can't come back and tip you. All right, go on.
Exactly.
Bad stripper. Bad stripper.
So, yeah, I mean, I know we all got a million stories like that, but, yeah, man, and then obviously had a few more jobs I fumbled through. I mean, before recovery, I don't think I could keep a job for more than a year. I never kept a job for more than a year.
You know what's cool though, Zach? I mean, and so here you are, fulfilling some potential that you have in your life as an entrepreneur. I talked a little bit to you about your what you're doing in the food. You're a food rep like I was, and now you got your own brand. You reached out to me to help co-market and collaborate online, and so that's the kind of energy that happens when we get sober, man. We become a portion of the potential that we can really become, and I think that you're going to be amazed before you're halfway through. I think that's what they say in the book, actually. Yeah. And but I always love when I see somebody that's got that fire, man. And they're ready to, and you're putting it out there, man. Like I when I was drinking and drugging, man, I did not have the energy I wasn't fearless enough to take those risks.
Right.
I just did what I needed to do to make enough money to keep the party going. Like, I could care less about, I would talk all this crap in a bar, like all these cool things I was going to be or do. None of it ever materialized, so however this thing turns out, man, it's the fact that you did it it's the risk. It's the risk that we don't take are the ones that we regret. That's the things that we regret the most. If you never did this coffee thing, then you'd be like, damn, I should have done that coffee thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the ultimate freedom now that you're sober.
We're all playing with house money,
Sure, why not? Yeah, that's a fact. I was thinking about that today, too. Like, what am I worried about? I'm not even supposed to be here. I wasn't even supposed to get this old, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I'm in the cold plunge today trying to figure out what's wrong with me.
I told my son the other day, I never thought I'd make 30. When I was 24, right. Never thought about even making 30.
So what I try to do now is I try to find somebody older and more pathetic like Detroit Lou to come over, and I dunk him in my cold plunge, and I feel much better about myself.
And you videotape it and send it to me, and he looks hilarious.
And I did videotape it.
What's up, Lou?
Oh, yeah. We love you, Lou. Now get in that plunge. But no, man, tomorrow we're starting on we're going to have a tournament, a golf tournament that I started 12 years ago.
No way.
With a bunch of guys. And there's a bunch of guys that are the original guys that have been coming for 12 years, but it's called the Goker. It's golf and poker, and it's a boys' weekend, and it's going to be amazing, man.
Right outside of Orlando, Champions Gate, beautiful courses.
Yeah. And,
I I've been to Champions Gate. I had a trade show in Champions Gate one time I went to.
Zach's a traveler. He's an entrepreneur. He's a traveler. He talks. He knows coffee. And did you hear the way he describes coffee? He's also obviously very romantic. I'm guessing too, right? You're in a relationship.
I know, but I'm a taken man these days. That's another thing. I couldn't seem to hang on to a girl for very long, and
shocker.
An addiction. But now I got one we've been dating for 2 years, and she's amazing. So, the gifts of sobriety. It's really way more than you ever expect. I can say that.
Well,
absolutely.
Be grateful that you were able to. If you had a level 5 Klingon on the way in here, that you got rid of her. And,
That's right. But but getting sober, presents its own challenges, right? Like my old sponsor used to say, you start getting problems in areas where you didn't have areas. But I think that learning, the work doesn't stop once we get sober. You know what I mean?
Right. No, for sure. It's every day, man. Today I'm still crafting the man that I want to become. You know, and I enjoy it. I am so screwed up. I have a whole lifetime of opportunity to correct it. It's like it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Absolutely.
Yes. And a lot of my recovery, has been I've had to get some outside help in my recovery too. I would like to say that, I've done a lot of therapy. I've worked some other programs, ACA. I've done a little Al-Anon.
Nice.
And I'm all fucked up for real. If I,
well, you're one of the toys on Misfit Island. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But we get this chance at a beautiful life.
No, I think it's there's more will be revealed. There's there's an opportunity once we kind of chip away at some of the primary defects, then we get down to the fine tuning and and it's kind of neat to see where we can go. That's the neat part. We can kind of direct ourselves in a new direction. I'm watching my man here grow leaps and bounds. Stauff. Stauff is a very interesting, very talented guy, and I've had the pleasure of doing this with him. And God knows what I would be doing if I wasn't doing this.
You guys are born for this. Your voices. I feel like I'm listening to I feel like I'm driving to school listening to talk radio again.
Yeah, well,
nice.
Years ago.
Well, that's how the whole thing started. Was Primo fell in love with my voice, and before I know it, he's got me in the studio.
Well,
and then y'all had a studio, right? Y'all just happened to have a studio.
It just so happens
crazy.
We have the studio that we created during COVID, for people to come in and rent and create and so my wife is the kind of the superstar there, and that's her industry, and I'm just a supportive husband, I guess.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah, Second Soul Studios rocks. But so what I did is I had to learn all of this. As you can tell, I'm not real happy sitting here holding my phone so that I can communicate. I want to get all this stuff where I push a button, the video's on, the audio's on, and we're live streaming or we're just recording. And I'm going to be going. We applied to speak at Podfest as a newcomer, and talk to other newcomers about how to start a podcast. And I'm really would be excited if they accepted us.
Yeah,
I think that that it would force me into even becoming even better. And so I kind of mine for these details and information and it's one of the things that when you get sober you learn how to be teachable, and always the other great thing is to if you're going to do something, do it as good as you can do it. Like I tell my son, if you're going to be a dishwasher kid, you better be the best dishwasher they ever seen.
I know, that's what my dad used to tell me.
Yeah.
But so that's That's what I mean. He's like, you're going to be a janitor, be the best janitor, but that can come with its own pressures. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with the sentiment completely. And you guys are able to kind of commit full time to this stuff. I know, Primo, you're semi-retired, retired, and Stauff, are you?
No, I'm well, I was for a little bit, but now I'm coming back into working. I got a couple things I'm looking at. Not exactly sure which way it's going to go, but no, we're doing this on a part-time level, although it sounds like a full-time level. That's how skilled Primo in the studio is.
Yeah. Well, to answer your question,
Are you looking for a rep in Tampa? Is that what you're saying? Because I know a lot of people.
Yeah. No, we're this show is in right now. We finished season 1. We started season 2 with some lives, and we're gonna get the structure back up and running. My man here is moving from house to house. He's getting teeth pulled out, and so
Yeah.
we're gonna fall into a routine. Where, at least I'd like to get us into a routine where we can create content weekly, and grow this brand. I mean, whatever you want to call it, but we have people following us, and we want to honor them with trying to keep fresh content and being creative and get better at it.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I mean, I as a chef, man, I won't be happy until I got my Michelin star. You know what I mean? That's just how I think. I don't like doing anything. Half measures avail us nothing, which was something I had pointed out in the meeting this morning. I don't know how popular it was, but I had taken a chance to.
He was taking shots at people that leave the meeting halfway through.
Some crosstalk going on?
Well, no, it was it kind of went in along with the topic, actually. So.
Okay, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I want to see y'all's home group. I'd love to come down to Tampa one time.
Dude, you're more than welcome, man. When you're in town, you're our guest. Okay, you're gonna.
Isn't it kind of awesome how we just have built-in friends just wherever we want to go?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
like one of the coolest things I think with this thing.
Yeah, Zach, I have lived in like 5 or 6 different cities. I lived in Vegas. I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in Bonita. I lived in Fort Myers. I've lived in Tampa. Now I lived in Clearwater. I lived in Miami. I lived in Lantana. Hell, I guess I've been.
What about Michigan?
No. I visited Michigan.
You're from Detroit.
I was 12 years old when I left.
So you lived there?
Yeah,
but not soberly.
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been there, and I've been to meetings there, and I plugged in real. But dude, wherever you go, man. I mean, I've been wherever. I've been to different speaking, like Spanish-speaking meetings in different countries. Yeah, man. Wherever you go with this thing, you now have a new family. All you gotta do is show up, say, "Hey, I'm the new guy in town, and I need to get plugged in." And
we're all friends of Bill's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things is I do like to travel. I wish I could travel more, but like whenever I go somewhere on vacation or anything or work related, whatever, is I do make it a point to go to a meeting and just see, how it's funny. Like everybody kind of does it the same, but like in California, meetings were a little bit different, and like I've been down to meetings in Florida in the Panhandle, a little bit different. You know what I mean? There's just little different flavors.
Oh, I'm very sensitive to them.
Like in Pittsburgh, one of my friends, he got sober in Pittsburgh, older guy, but he said that all their meetings are speaker meetings. It's a discussion meeting is pretty rare there, is what he was telling me.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't think I'd like that.
Yeah, I think in Tampa is a mix of both. A lot of speaker meetings. Our group is a lot of book meetings. I mean, they like to read a lot of books, and I'm like, well, can we talk about some stuff? But it's but I mean, I go to a 7 a.m. tradition meeting, which qualifies. If you go to a 7 a.m. tradition meeting, it's the same as going to like 4 other meetings. Okay, the same. It qualifies as like 4. It's like meeting squared. Okay,
Okay. I think I know why, but I'm going to let you explain.
I don't know why. It's just it's because nobody goes to tradition meetings, okay?
I know. Whenever I chair on a tradition, I just can hear the sigh. I can hear
Yes.
the air leaving the room sometimes.
Yeah. Nobody shows up to those meetings. If you have like an 8:00 Friday night tradition meeting, where traditionally most of the crooners are looking, the grab ass guys are looking for girls. They're not going to a tradition meeting. If you want to get rid of the posers,
it's a filter.
Yeah, the people that are not, it definitely scares away a lot of the posers. But I like it. I mean, I'm like, I didn't like it at first. I thought I was crazy, and then I was like trying to figure out why am I doing this at 7 a.m. in the morning, and it really, I don't know. Now it feels normal. Which I have to kind of make peace with all that, I guess.
Yeah.
I think like you have 33 years sober.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like my sponsor, he's got 33 years sober too, and
Sweet.
And he was like, yeah, I didn't really understand or like even want to go to a tradition meeting until I was about 10 years in. He's like, I used to hate them. And I think I don't hate them, I wouldn't say, but
right.
when I am in a meeting and it goes to a tradition topic, I feel like, damn, I wanted to talk about myself.
Well, there is but the cool thing is this thing that has given us so much. It's important to maybe pay a little respect to it and understand it. And also to try to make sure that it keeps sort of on the same path, so we don't, because people want to create their own new programs, and I think it's important that we kind of follow some of the guidelines, the guardrails that are in place. It's masterfully designed so that it can't screw itself up. Even with the crazy people that are running it, it can't screw itself up. It's like it's a self-bailing. Sinking ship that keeps bailing itself out. So I don't even know how to describe it, but it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's the inverted pyramid, right? There's no authority. It's
right.
I mean it's crazy. It's you think you're like, wow, what if the country was run like this, or what if a company was run like this? Right. I mean, there's dysfunction like crazy. I mean, I don't have to tell you. You go to any business meeting and you can see when people are, about to tear each other's heads off, that there's dysfunction in it. But, it somehow, like you said, always bails itself out.
So personal recovery, let's just take one little statement. Personal recovery depends upon unity. I mean, our recovery depends upon us unifying. I mean, just like that's one simple like tradition thing that I'm like, if you scratch your head on that for a moment, you'll realize what a big deal that really actually is, and how valuable that principle could be used in other. When we take these principles with us and we go other places, and we think that way, we become more of the solution. And it's.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that these things are like we're it's almost like a third eye, when we go out into the world and we operate, we have like this new sixth sense, some spidey sense. I don't even know what you call it, but we're gifted a blueprint on how to conduct ourselves, and it's so effective. And that's why you're going to be a success, man. That's why it's fail safe. If you pay attention and just follow some of this stuff, you get paid time and a half every time.
You do, and I'll tell you what, man. Even if SoBrew like somehow stopped tomorrow, no one ever bought it. It's like I was already successful because I did it. Because I never had a chance to do it before. Is how I feel about it. And there was a guy that I met probably like 3 months in to sobriety, and he was like, he's like, you come in these rooms, and he said you learn, and then you take that out into the real world, and you practice, you come back into the room and learn again, and it's just like an ever like sharpening of your stone, and that stuck with me because it's true, you know. And when you first come into AA, or when I first came into AA, like I was a mess. I did not know how to interact with somebody sober, and you pick up these social skills in the rooms, and you just get it's amazing, you know, and you just get to learn how to live in there, and then you just take it out in the world, and you use it, and you figure out what works, and you leave the rest. You come back, you know, and different things mean different things. You know, like how many times have I read the book and read a line, and like at one point in my life it meant this, and at another point in my life it meant something completely different.
So there's only really one thing that I don't think I got much better at since I got sober. One thing.
What's that?
Dancing. The dancing didn't get a whole lot better. So or the singing. We'll say those two have suffered greatly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I'm raising my hand. I was at a wedding this weekend, and my girlfriend, she just wants to dance the whole time, and I'm just like, I still can't. I can't do it, and I'll do it though. I'll look like an idiot, but I'll do it. And then she loves the second thing, just to speak to, is karaoke. So we'll go. She wants to do karaoke sometimes. So I'm like, just to do those things sober the first time was probably one of the most nerve-wracking experiences. I'm like, everybody's looking at me. My voice sucks, but. I did it. I danced and I sang karaoke sober. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it.
Hey, man, it's the first kiss. It's the first this. It's the first that.
Yeah.
When you're sober, it's like, oh, wow, like you're kind of like a virgin again. You know what I mean?
Totally. And like dating sober, man, that was been just the crazy. Were you married coming in, or how was that? What was y'all's personal relationship life like coming into the program?
When I came in, Greg was married.
I was married with kids, yeah.
Greg was a married man. I came in. Well, so. Oh no! All right, so all right. So I met this girl at a fake orgasm contest. Okay, and I was drinking, and lo and behold, a couple months later, she's pregnant. So I decided to get sober because now I'm going to be a dad. And I'd already been to a bunch of rehabs and whatever. And this goddamn kid's on the way. And I'm like, I got to get my shit together. And so I go to treatment, leave the treatment center, go to the hospital, name the kid, and then they transport my ass to another treatment center because I was like Hannibal Lecter, you know. They transported me like in high security to one treatment center to the other, so I wouldn't. And then so I get to the treatment center and I stay there for 6 months. I get a job. I pay child support. I do all this stuff, and she breaks up with me and because I'm a loser in the treatment center, and turns out it wasn't even my kid. Oh yeah. So this is my. He had red hair like Stauff over here, and not even my kid. And,
you mean a girl you met at a fake orgasm competition was lying to you?
Yes.
Oh my God, this is a first for me. All this, okay.
I got a bunch of them, man. But so yeah, dating. As you can imagine. From an island boy growing up in a tourist area, I didn't have relationship skills. I dated with a U-Haul, what I dated with back in the day, you know. So whatever. But I've since seen the error of my ways, and I am honored to be married today and have a good relationship. So, but that's actually a whole nother another show actually.
Yeah.
Because it's important that we learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So what kind of so if you go and chair a meeting and you say, all right, everybody, topics coming out of page 69 today.
Yeah.
Those meetings are important, but people are scared to talk about those, especially co-ed meetings is what I've noticed is that topic is really danced around.
Well, you know, it's a little uncomfortable.
Sure.
I am, as a former chef, I'm on a straight pepper diet. And if you read page 69, it talks about the straight pepper diet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised that you don't have a coffee brand that says straight pepper.
Maybe that's the next one. You know, we're always thinking of these like creative.
I know.
names. That's a pretty good one right there. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket.
No charge.
That's a freebie.
No charge.
Yeah,
Okay.
the straight pepper. That would be the hot sauce that I would come up with. The straight pepper diet.
We had a book club or a book meeting here called Straight Pepper Diet. That was the name of it.
No shit. All right. Well,
Yeah, that's a good one.
in Memphis, you know, look, I really dig the food scene and a lot of creatives in Memphis and a lot of artists and that whole area is filled with some of the great people of our country too, man. Just a real good, down to earth people, man, for sure. You know, but Zach, we are going to.
Thank you, Zach. Thanks so much for being on the show, buddy.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. That was fun. I really had a good time.
And we will have an off the show call and conference and brainstorm for sure. I think we're in. We're all in. We're all in wherever we go.
SoBrew.com.
Yeah, definitely. And all right. Well, hey guys, thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it. And I'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.
Thanks, Zach. Have a great one, man.
See ya.
Right on. We certainly need to do a little more marketing on our lives.
Wow, that was what a guess. He started interviewing us. I mean, he was ready and prepared for this. He had a topic ready.
Well, that's what we need. You know what I mean? We need somebody to come in here and talk to us.
Right.
That's
right,
it.
Right.
Who knows what's going to come out of you just pull the string on my neck and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
It's inevitable.
It is. Well, everybody, thanks for watching live. Thanks for listening to Sober Shenanigans. If you're ready to quit, what you know you need to quit, find a group, find a chat, find a Facebook friend. There's groups in your town, or you can give us a call if you want. 727-411-9412. Actually, I just made that up. Don't call that. That's not the number. So Primo, do you got a final point for today's show?
You know, I'm going to have to figure out something, aren't I? The final point of the show is be good to yourself, man. You know, don't beat yourself up. You're worth it. They're like what he talked about, the risk that he took to go and make this coffee and to do the research and say, you know what, I'm going to go out and create a new brand, and and I imagine it was like a huge passion project.
Yeah.
And a ton of fun.
Yeah.
You know, and whether he fails or not fails, the fact that he's out there with this new gift of life to do all these things, I think that's it, man. Be good to ourselves and go at this life. You know, each day, man, take it, do it.
Take it, do it. Listen, worry, anxiety, and fear, it's all up in here. Give yourself a break. You're enough, and you're doing great. For Sober Shenanigans, I'm Stauff, and he's Primo. And remember, no drinks today.
All right.
We're all in the same boat, fellas.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really. Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Shenanigans!